Hi, share your screen with your audience. Close. I'm doing my hair. Um, I'm doing my hair, and I thought I would do it live, and because I'm here, I'm doing it, and I need the mirror. I need my computer to be my mirror, so I figured, why not just kind of do this? But I will mute when I'm using the blow dryer. Actually, I need to detangle this section first. I feel like doing my hair in front of a camera is just as comfortable for me as doing it in front of a mirror at this point in my life. So I also may need to jump off because my niece is going to come home, but I don't know when she's getting here, so I can just go until she's back. Maybe even when she's back. So yeah, I've washed my hair, and unfortunately I'm having to use these like travel size hair tools. They're not the best, obviously. I will mute. I mean, maybe it's not so bad if I have this on. I think it'll be kind of bad, so I'll mute. I'm just temporarily muting when I'm doing the blow dryer, but since my hair is already quite dry, it's not going to take very long to blow dry my hair, so I'm just muting it in between, or when I have the blow dryer on, and then I unmute every other few seconds. So I can share some of what I'm doing. I'm on a race to get my hair blow dried before my computer runs out of battery because it's at 9%, but I need the outlet that I have here to have my blow dryer plugged in. Sorry, this is very impromptu. But yeah, so what I'm using on my hair, I'm blow drying it now. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Been so long since I've done this. Long time no see. That's so true. Life's been a little crazy, in good ways and in tough ways as well. Even when I kind of like got started back on YouTube a couple of months ago. Hi, Deidre. My highlights look nice. Thank you. Um, I I'm getting them done again. These are old. I had these done. I could brighten my screen. There you go. I had these highlights done in December, at the end of December, and I wasn't super happy with them, to be honest. But they kind of temper out over time, and so now I'm going to get them redone for the summer, just a bit a bit more finessed. But I did just have my hair cut a lot. I cut, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches off my hair about a month ago. So yeah, I've been subscribed since your YouTube name was Lauren Legato and you would sing. I've thought about doing some singing videos again. That's so cool. You must look so different now, and you must be like a different person, like I am. Not different person, but you know what I mean? Just that was many years ago. So I'm curious how you've changed since then. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going back to my person that I love to color my hair in just a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks. And as I don't know who would know this, but my hair is keratin treated. And so I do the keratin maybe 3 times a year, 3 or 4 times a year. Actually, no, more than that. Maybe like 5 times a year, 4 to 5. And so I will be doing that soon, but I actually do my color first. Then I do my keratin, and then the keratin sort of lightens the color, and then I can always get it like toned or corrected if needed. And that's kind of how that works. But I do use heat on my hair every single week. And that's just what's been easiest for me, you know? Okay, I have 3 more sections to blow dry, but it won't take long. So, yeah, I'm curious if you're watching this, tell me something. Yeah, I don't have my proper, like, I only have my UK Dyson with me right now because I flew directly from, I was in Scotland, and then I had a flight out of London to where I am now. And but I haven't been yet reunited with my US Dyson. So I only have my UK Dyson, and you know, you can't use them in different countries. So I bought this Conair blow dryer from Walmart. I thought I got the Revlon one. No, I bought this one because it was like $13, and I bought it because it was cheap and I won't need it beyond today, really. But I didn't want to go get my hair done anywhere because I just don't trust anyone with my hair. Where are you currently living? Ooh, okay, I can answer that. Nowhere. I am currently living between New York and Scotland, and sometimes I'm in Ireland. So mostly Scotland, in Edinburgh. If you've never heard of Edinburgh before, that's it's kind of the main city of the country of Scotland. I mean, it's the most metropolitan of the cities that are there. And it's beautiful and perfect, and I love it. And I had such an adventure. And I'll be back there soon. It's just I hadn't been to the US since Christmas. I was in the US for Christmas, and then I went to Ireland for New Year's, like I usually do every year. And then I was in Scotland after that, and then I was in Scotland for a bit, and then I had just like a brief, like a month where I was in Spain and France, just spending a bit of time there. This smells so good. So I use the JVN Instant Recovery Serum. It's like my leave-in, and then I use the Way hair oil. Love them both. So yeah, And then after I was in Spain and France, I just went back to Scotland for a bit and then flew out of London. But I ended up spending 2 weeks in London because it had just been a while since I'd been there. So I thought it'd be nice to just pop in there. And then I decided that, maybe I'll spend the whole summer in the US, maybe, but I highly doubt. I don't know if I'm gonna make it the whole summer here. One, because it's so hot. You guys, like I am made for like cold weather. I don't like the sun. I know I don't like the sun, but I just don't like sunny, constant sunny warmth. Like that's just not me. I much prefer colder, kind of gloomy weather. That's just where I thrive, to be honest with you. So okay, this piece will only take me like 30 seconds. So yeah. Can't remember now if I applied the leave-in or not to this section. So, well, the oil. The oil. Okay, oil first. How loud is this? Is that really quite loud? Doesn't matter. I only have one more section. Ooh, you know what I didn't think through is the fact that I'm gonna need to plug in my flat iron. And how am I gonna do that? um, Maybe my flat iron can go here in the back. There's an outlet there. It might be long enough. I had to buy a flat iron as well, which is so annoying. But yeah, that's that. Okay. So, oh, I also have the products that I use to wash my hair here. So I've been using this Oribe. I got it in Edinburgh, but I know that they sell this here too. It's really very nice. I think that brands have really upped their game in terms of making sure that their products are suitable for multiple hair types. But say in Edinburgh, you wouldn't really find that many. You wouldn't really find that many like black hair care brands there right now. They may have Sally's, like in London, you can find all that stuff, but not really in Edinburgh. So I just kind of go to Space NK, which is kind of like their version of Sephora, and get, the closest thing that would do well in my hair. But honestly, it's been fine. I was a military child, so I completely understand. My dad was stationed in England. We were there for 3 years. Oh, did you like it? Do you remember it? How old were you, or how young were you? Yeah, that's really cool. What an experience to just kind of live in a new place. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my life, is that I travel pretty much full time. And I'm just trying to figure out, where do I want to be? Where do I want to be long term? I kind of know already, but you know, um, still, I guess, kind of like deciding in a way too. Just 30 seconds and I'll be right back. We left when I was 15. You remember it? Wow. Do you think the experience is unique when you're there as a military family, or do you feel like you were able to get quite integrated into the culture? I can say, being mainly a tourist in these places, I work remotely, so it's not like I'm working there. It's definitely not the same experience as I imagine it would be living there as a resident fully. I'd like to put something on my lips. Oops. A little something on my lips. So I just discovered this Glossier product. I don't know what they're called. They're kind of a slightly more liquid version of their Generation G product. The last time when I was in London last year, oh my God, I gotta hurry. I'm not getting off the camera anytime soon, but I have to hurry because my computer is gonna die. But I only have this one wee sec shift. That's great. Okay. All right, let's just do that quick. When I was in London early last year, my phone was stolen from me in a Glossier store. One minute it was there, the next it was gone, but I don't blame myself because I didn't steal my own phone. Someone stole it from me, but I was definitely a bit negligent in terms of I mean, I literally just put it on the counter, and I was putting makeup on my mom's face, and that was just not really the wisest move, obviously. Okay. 4% battery. It's going to be fine because I'll be done with this in 30 seconds, and then I'll plug in my other thing. It's definitely different living in a place than visiting. I will say that I have a sincere love for the USA. Oh, that's beautiful. Actually, I want to talk about that in just a moment. As soon as I do this, and then we're going to be good. Okay, I think I'm done with the blow dry, and I can unplug it now and plug in my computer because my computer is like, girl, I've got no more juice left. And I get it. I wouldn't either if I was running that long. Oop. Okay. So, it's funny. I think I might be back now. I was, for a second there, I think I was kind of frozen or something. But, I appreciate being American more now than ever. First of all, I think when being abroad, it's refreshing to be called American. In America, I'm not necessarily seen, not that I'm not seen as American, but it's kind of like, someone wouldn't really be like, oh yeah, you're American. It'd be like, oh, what are you? What's your background? Like, where are you actually from? Kind of thing. And I mean, I can answer that question with a lot of pride because my dad was from Honduras and my mom is from Jamaica. And, so I'm first generation here. Me and my brothers are first generation in the US. But when you go abroad, it's like, if you're from America, then you're American. They don't really care. That's just how they see you. You have the accent and you're American. And I think that that's been kind of nice because it's helped me to sort of frame what we're like here. And there's a lot that I appreciate about Americans. We are feelers and we're very passionate people, and we are fighters. Sometimes that's bad, sometimes it's good. And we go for what we want, and we believe in dreams, and we believe in possibilities. And, you know, when you go other places, you realize that's not a universal truth. It's not shared among humanity. It's very much informed by where you're from and what it's like where you're from. So I do have a real appreciation for being America. Being America? Yeah, I am America. For being American, in that sense, especially because of my experiences traveling abroad and such, you know? So yeah, I'm with you that there's a lot about Americans that I appreciate, and it'll be nice this summer to just get all that nostalgia. Ooh, this is not a very long cord, but I think it actually might be long enough still for what I need. All right, I'm going to need a towel as well. The towel is here. All right, so I'm going to put the towel here, and then this is here, and then I think I could tell I didn't plan this very well. I'm going to just try and plug this in here. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right, it's plugged in. Now let me see if I can get it turned on. Why are there's like a million heat settings on this? 200, 280, 320, 350. I usually do... Oh, what do I usually do now? I'll do 380. 380 is fine. I know that's quite hot, but that's just kind of what I do. And you'll see how I do it in a minute. I don't actually flat iron like all of my hair. I just flat iron the roots for the most part, and then I just let the rest of it go. Hey, Lauren, just popping in to say hi. I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Becca. I hope you're doing well too. Thank you. It's really cool. I feel like every person who I recognize on my channel is like a celebrity to me, because it's just really special. YouTube has just been like my way of transitioning through all my different phases, all of my eras. I've really lived so many eras, and YouTube is sort of the archive of that for me. And even though I do this weird thing where I archive my videos and I make them private, I can still see them all from back in the day. I mean, all of my videos, I've never deleted a video. They're all just privated. And I don't know why I do that. Like, I like to redefine myself. Like, one of my best friends was telling me about 2 years ago, she said something that really made sense to me, where she was like, well, you've always been the kind of person to redefine yourself. And I do love doing that. I think that's how my creativity kind of works, is just constantly like transforming things and making them new, including myself. But yeah, so okay, this is my first time using this very cheap flat iron. It was literally $20. I love the one that I use when I'm abroad, and then I bought the same one here, and it's just by Remington, actually. It's like the Remington like something shine or whatever, and it's a really good one. What's all this? Okay, so now I go back through and I essentially do all the sections of my hair with the flat iron, and I kind of like I really miss doing this. I really miss doing my hair on camera, and I'm almost thinking to myself, I should do this again. What? Bernadette. Okay, so Bernadette said, "Hi, Lauren." Hi. I love your name, Bernadette, and I remember you too. Hi, Lauren. I'm moving to the Netherlands soon and need to get used to caring for my hair myself. You can do it. Don't you worry. You'll be fine. You will be absolutely fine. You'll figure out where you get your products, you know? Sometimes we're just so used to so much variety and so much like changing and whatever, but you know, I've been using the same crap. Like, well, me using this Oribe shampoo and conditioner, like that's an absolute first. Like, I don't change my products up. I had just run out of the one that I brought with me from the US, but yeah, you know, you find the one thing that works and you just do it on repeat. No need to switch it up. Okay, I need to like move over a little bit here. This is very light. I kind of like the grip of it. But as you can see, I pretty much just do the roots and that's it. But boy, do I have a lot of hair to get through. So even though I just do the roots, that doesn't mean that it doesn't take a while. But that is so exciting. You're moving to the Netherlands. That's so exciting. That's somewhere that I would really like to go. I've just sort of, and I may, you know, maybe I'll go to the Netherlands sometime in the fall, potentially. I'm just trying to figure out what my autumn looks like. But it might be, I mean, it'll mostly be, I'll just be in Scotland, but yeah, but maybe not. Well, not maybe not, but maybe I'll also go to the Netherlands. I mean, it's very, very high on my list, so I'd be just totally down for that. You should do this again. Of course I should. I mean, I love doing this. Because otherwise, I just, like the last time I watched this movie when I was doing my hair, but I'd rather be chit-chatting. Like, when I was in high school, when I was a senior in high school, you know, they do, I forget what they're called, but they're almost like gifts that you give someone, but it's like a metaphorical gift for something you're kind of making fun of about them. And the gift that I received was a mouth clamp because I love to talk so much. Like, I literally, like, I love to just chit chat. And I'd say, even though like I'm an introverted person, but I'm an outgoing introvert, meaning I absolutely love to talk to people, get to know them. And I think that's kind of why this space has always worked for me, because the conversations are kind of like, not that they're one-on-one, but it's like I'm on one side and then people get to just say their piece and like weigh in, and I can respond to it without the pressure of a social situation. I mean, I'm not uncomfortable in social situations. I was a pastor's kid, so that's not really an option. But, you know, like, I don't do the thing where I work the crowd, you know, like how extroverts do. So when I'm there, you're always going to find me talking to probably like one person at a time. But I do love to dance because I'm Caribbean and Latina. So obviously I love to dance. I love to be like on the dance floor and doing that sort of thing too. But anyway, how did I even get here? I don't know. Oh, it's because Jasmine said that I should do this again. And I completely agree with that. I should do it again. You know, Fridays are actually probably a good day for me to do this sort of thing. because work is shortened over the summer. But I also think I will pick this up again when I'm back abroad as well, and take it through the winter with me, because I'm 5 hours ahead there, so I could probably catch people in the morning here. And whether it's Fridays or if it's Sundays, it just kind of depends on my social life, really. Which I hope to have a social life the next time I'm back there. I did for a minute. I was in a relationship for a little, but that ended recently. And so yeah, when I go back, I'll pretty much just kind of have my weekends free again. And truly no better way to spend it than to just be chatty through my hair routine that takes so long anyway. Thanks. You do this hair routine weekly? Yes, that's correct. However, it's been more than a week this time because I was traveling and so it's been probably closer to like a week and a half since I've last done my hair. Actually, no, 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks? I'm getting everything just all mixed up now. It's been probably a week and a half since I last did my hair. Maybe 10 days or so. Yeah, it's been like a week and a half. So, but yeah, I'm supposed to do it weekly. I haven't straightened my hair so long. This looks fun. It is fun, Barefoot Cinderella. Hi. Yeah, it is fun. I was just on FaceTime with one of my friends, and they saw just how curly my hair is. And I was like, yeah, I think I will kind of wear it more curly, wavy, like scrunched up gel vibes, like in the summer after I do my keratin again, because I'm getting my hair colored in 2 weeks, and then just getting kind of like a redo of my color, and then after that I will maybe wear it more like that, but I could still do that on camera too, because I'll just be kind of figuring it out as I go. I think I'll maybe like switch between the two, but in the summer, like especially in New York, you kind of want to just be able to be spontaneous, and if you want to go to the beach, then you don't want to have to think about your hair. Yeah, so, but yeah, I actually did sort of think about starting to do my hair on camera again in the winter, but then I sort of like was in a relationship, and then, our weekends were spent together, and so that wasn't really where my mind was. Like, we were getting up to a lot, so yeah. Okay, let's see. Almost done with this first section on this side. Woohoo! Yeah, but I don't straighten the entire thing. Like, definitely don't straighten the ends of my hair ever. Never. Never, never, never. I can't remember now if I applied this to this side, but I'm almost certain I did. However, almost is never enough. Okay. How do you get the confidence to just travel? Also, do you rewash? Ugh. Sorry, there's something in my little thing. Also, do you rewash before straightening it again? Yes. Oh, also, thank you for the compliment, Barefoot Cinderella. It's very nice of you. How do you get the confidence to just travel? Also, do you rewash before straightening again? A lot of people do ask me that, like, you do this by yourself? You spend months and months and months by yourself? And I think here's my theory. My theory is I grew up in a house with 3 boys. I had 3 brothers. I had no sisters. And my mom was a mom of 4 children. And my dad had his, like, businesses and things and ran a church. And so I sort of spent a lot of time, pretty much all my time, because I was also creative. Pretty much just spent all my time at home in my room, creating stuff, writing things, reading things, just in my own company. So I've never even thought twice about the fact that I would be able to travel alone, to go places, because I would just think, oh, well, I mean, I'm just sort of used to like being in my own company. So even if I'm in a new country, like, I mean, that said, I wouldn't spend a long period of time anywhere that's not English speaking, because I find that to be really difficult. But the other part of it maybe is that I don't like drink and I don't really party. Like I don't really do those kinds of activities either. So the majority of the things that I get up to, which are like going to the gym and like breakfast and like, the things that I do really happen in the morning and in the daytime, and not really in like the evenings where it would be really nice to have someone with me. So I think that's part of it. Like I just yeah, but I do struggle in places where I don't know the language. Like I was in France, I was in Spain for a bit earlier this year, and that was fine because like, my dad spoke Spanish and a lot of it rubbed off on me. So um somewhere like Spain I could do for a long period of time, but like when I'm in France, every time I'm in France, it's like hopeless. And I just get so frustrated with myself, because it's not only that you can't communicate with people, but you can't go to the grocery store and know exactly what you're getting, right? You might know how to say flour, but then there's 4 different kinds of flour, and it's not only not speaking the language, but you don't speak the culture either. You don't know the difference between this kind of water and that kind of water. You know what I'm saying? And so it's complicated in so many ways. Yeah, so that's kind of why I do try to stay in English speaking places if I'm spending like a longer period of time. Um, so last year it was kind of half Ireland and half Scotland, and this year it'll be mostly Scotland. But yeah, just like, I don't know, I just go and I explore, and eventually I'd like to apply for some sort of visa, and I do really feel a calling, I should say, just to have my life in another place. That's kind of what I feel I want to do. Um, do you rewash before straightening it again? I don't know if I answered that already, but yes, always. I do. I always do rewash it. I wash my hair once a week. In the summer, I can honestly do with washing my hair twice a week. And I think if I do go that route of wearing it a bit like wavy and kind of just scrunching it up into something, I think I would, actually. I think I would consider like washing it twice a week, because my hair loves water. It really loves water. A mouth clamp, I love that, and I totally understand. When you said not working the crowd, I get it as an introvert and preacher's kid. Yeah. Yeah, my oldest brother, he's like a super extrovert, and every time we're somewhere, I'm like, how did you end up talking to that person? But I'm outgoing, so I love conversation and I love talking to people, so I don't struggle in those situations. Just, I may not be the kind of like person initiating everything. I do Japanese straightening every 6 months, but I'm considering switching to keratin. Oh yeah, interesting. Yeah, so I use a formaldehyde-free, and it's apparently vegan as well, keratin treatment in my hair, and I've been using it now since 2021. Since 2021, it's been 4 years that I've been doing this routine where I straighten my hair every week and use keratin. Sorry, there's my hair keeps getting in my nose and giving me an itch. yeah, I've been doing this routine for 4 years, and I was very afraid at first because I was like, I just grew out my natural hair. It's so thick and healthy, and now what? Like, is it gonna eventually? Because your hair doesn't just thin out overnight. It takes a while, and then one day you just kind of wake up and you're like, my hair has thinned out, or it's not as long as it used to be. But luckily my hair has not struggled to grow or stay, thick and stuff. So I also feel like it's low maintenance. I do this once a week and like that's it. And I don't have to use a ton of heat on my hair. Sometimes I felt like all of the manipulation I was doing when it was natural was just not necessarily good for my hair, but at the same time, it was sort of like necessary because I couldn't just leave it. It was too curly just to like leave it and not do anything. And I'd get frustrated if it was tangled. Is there a specific keratin treatment you get? Yeah, it's by Hair Bar NYC. Hair Bar NYC is the keratin treatment I use, and I use the Silk Touch Plus. They've changed the formula. It's not as strong as it used to be, but I don't mind that. I don't mind that because when I first started using it, it was very strong. Very strong, and I'd always apply it. And they have like an at-home kit, so I do it myself if I didn't mention that. I see, that makes sense. I want to try traveling alone, but a bit nervous. Do you have a favorite place to travel to? Definitely to Ireland and to Scotland. Those are my places that I travel to the most. I think Dublin is a great place to travel alone because of how nice people are. Everyone's so kind, and wherever you go in, you're going to speak the same language. The accent isn't that difficult to understand, and everyone's very friendly and warm. So I think that's a great place to travel solo. It, of course, depends on your interests as well. Like, for me, my interests are like going somewhere, seeing some nature, like doing some nice hiking, and you can kind of see that on my Instagram. I do post some of that stuff on Instagram, and I think my Instagram handle is the same as my handle here. But yeah, so I do post that sort of thing on Instagram. Sorry, that wasn't the point. The point was about what you like to do, like what your interests are. I love going to restaurants, and I love places that have really good markets so that I can do cooking and experiment with cooking. And that's been my relationship. Like, I spent Christmas one year in Ireland by myself, like the whole of December, including Christmas and after Christmas through to New Year's, though I was with a family on New Year's. But yeah, like, I just love it. I think that's a great place to travel by yourself because you will if even if you don't know anyone, you will feel very welcomed there, and everyone will be very kind to you. So that's my tip from my experience. And then Scotland's just a beautiful place. I mean, it's just nothing but beauty. So yeah. Also, do you do any bonding treatments? I don't do bonding treatments, no. Have you been to Switzerland? I love Switzerland, but I've never been there before. That's high on my list as well. I was supposed to go there this summer, but I'll try to make it there certainly in the next year. I'd love to get Switzerland in. But my focus has kind of shifted from traveling to getting, permanent residency somewhere. So I'm sort of like, that's where I'm sort of moving. So I'm kind of like not as focused on like traveling places now and more focused on, okay, where do I want to be and what's my route to get there. All right, section number 2. I usually just part with my fingers, honestly. Just with my fingers. So yeah, I love Inverness and Edinburgh. I spent some time there last year. That's amazing. Do you have any favorite places in Edinburgh that you went or that you saw? I spent a lot. I'm well versed in Edinburgh at this point. I know that I have a clip. I'll just use this guy. Yeah. Okay. Have I got it all? I think I've got it all. I would love Ireland and Greenland too. I love nature places. I lived in Alaska. I loved the open nature. Oh, wow. I've never even been there. That's very cool. Alaska, what was that like? Can't even imagine living in Alaska. So Bernadette, yeah, you love it, Inverness and Edinburgh. So I went to Ballachulish when I was there, which is kind of in the Highlands, and then I went to Perthshire for my birthday. I was in Perthshire for my birthday. That was very nice too. But there's still so much of it that I haven't seen. Maker's Mash, yeah, I know that. Love that. That's right, like in the old town, right? Am I right about that? Right in the old town, on a street that kind of faces where the castles are and stuff. Please tell me I'm right about that, because I could be wrong, I know. I need to go to Edinburgh. It looks like a place I would enjoy. I think I've yet to go as it's so close to home. Anything you'd recommend doing in Edinburgh? Wait, so where is home for you, Allie? Take this down. So my favorite restaurant in Edinburgh is Lucky You, and that's on Broughton Street in Newtown. So love that restaurant. Another one that's very good is, what's it called? I went there on a first date. It was called, Hoi. Il Contini or something like that. They have amazing ravioli. Obsessed with their ravioli. Dishoom, obviously, but if you live in England, yeah, you said you live in England, so you already have Dishoom. So I love Dishoom. I love going to this place called Alma. No, sorry, Alma, that's Ireland. Okay, let me get in the right country here. Not Alma. It's called Argyle Cafe. Sorry, Argyle Cafe is great. They have a vegan cinnamon bun, and I'm not vegan, but I do eat a lot of vegan food, and Argyle Cafe has an amazing cinnamon bun. Go there, get it warmed up, sit there, get a tea. Can't tell you how many times I've done that. So just so good. And then that's right in the meadows. So you have the beautiful fields there as well. So it's a win-win. And then what else do I love in Edinburgh? Auntie. How have I not said that yet? That's like my number one girl. So Auntie is a kind of like breakfasty coffee shop kind of place, but they do incredible food. They do the best granola in the world. Best granola in the frickin' world is at Auntie, and that's just on Leith Walk. And then you've got Toppings Books right across the street from Auntie. If you've just joined, we're talking about Edinburgh in Scotland and recommendations for what to do and where to go in Edinburgh. So I've spent a lot of time there, so I'm just giving my recommendations. Down the Hatch, favorite burger in the universe besides Shake Shack. So good. Like really, really amazing. Yeah. Hold on. Don't move. Just let me out here. Okay, thank you very much. I need to go to Edinburgh. Yeah. It was painfully cold, but beautiful, like a winter wonderland. Short, warm months. Not much to do, but outdoor activities. Yeah. I feel you on that. So you know what's funny? I might have mentioned this earlier. I'm not sure if you were on, but like I don't like sunny weather. I don't like warm weather really. Definitely like if someone was like, okay, you either have to live in like Norway or Brazil, I would choose Norway. Definitely. Like or like Florida. Like I could never live in Florida. Like it's not only too hot, but it's too sunny. I just don't like the sun like that. I could probably do a warm place that isn't sunny. You know, like just like a humid, warm, but it's not sunny. I could deal with that before you know, sunny and warm. Like whew. Sounds like a very cozy vibe. I think it might be nice to visit for autumn. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it is autumn. It is the autumn city. It's like gothic and just has so much depth and character. It's such a wonderful place, and I'm excited for the opportunity to maybe go there and be there permanently. Build my family there. I've been thinking about that. Did I do any sort of like heat protection on this? Oh, brother. Yeah, that's where I want to be. I've been thinking about that so much lately, just how much I want a family and that sort of thing. So it only makes sense to kind of like move in that direction, doesn't it? I am the same. You'd like Alaska then. The summers are like falling asleep, perfect temperatures. Yeah, well, I could see that for sure. I could totally see that. So, what part of England do you live in, roughly? So, you know, one of my favorite parts of England is Newcastle. I adore Newcastle. It's just so cute. Spent a lot of time there, and every time I'm in Scotland, that's one of my first trips, you know, sort of out of the city is to go there. Is that it for that section? No. Is to go to Newcastle. So many good markets. Like some of my favorite food, like my favorite Indian restaurant ever is in Newcastle. It's called Simla. Woof! That food is unbelievable. Like just so good. Trying to be a little gentler here. Oh God. Oh, there it is. I keep like losing track of my pieces that I have left to do. Try to just do this in one shot here. So yeah, I got my hair cut about a month ago, and yeah, I thought she did a good job. There was a man who used to cut my hair for many years, and he passed last year, suddenly and unexpectedly, almost a year ago now. And I did not let anyone touch my hair after that. I was just so freaked by just the thought of like letting anyone else cut my hair. So it just took forever, but then my hair had gotten so long and unruly, and I was cutting it myself. Like every 3 months I have to cut my hair. So I was cutting it myself, just like with these little trims, but after a while it just wasn't working. I was just like, I need like a proper haircut. And so I got one in London some weeks ago, and yeah, she did fine. Like it was a good enough haircut. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably get another haircut at the end of the summer. Get my hair colored again at the end of the summer. Kind of do everything I'm doing now just again, like end of August, sometime around there. I live down south near London. Nice. London is so big. It's such a big place. You know, New York is big, but it's not, I don't think it's as big as London. Maybe it is, I don't know. But that's cool. Yeah, London's fun. I love this restaurant called Fallow in London. It's kind of like a New American, New English food kind of place, just like modern cuisine, if that makes sense. And it's really good. I'm already tired of doing my hair. But it's this section that's the worst. Like this is like the section that I hate because it's the hardest to access, and it's the thickest and the coarsest, and it's just like not very fun doing this particular section. So I just have to kind of like bear it. What's your accent like? Because there's like the northern accent in England, and then there's like so many different accents. Okay, I've got to get it together over here. All right, all of yous go here. You go here. Just wait there for a sec. All of you guys come together. Where do you belong, friend? I don't really know. Okay. Okay, wait. All right, something like this. Something like this. Just straightening the roots, as you guys can see. I do not straighten the ends of my hair because there's no need. I don't care if it's puffy at the ends, really. You know? The blow dryer kind of smooths it out anyway, so I don't really need to ever straighten it. Like if I wanted my hair to be bone straight, which I don't ever want it to be bone straight. Okay, I think I need to split this into two, unfortunately. It's just too wide a section to do it the way I'm trying to do it. So we're gonna go like this. This will be a lot better. Does anyone on here have plans for the summer? Anything you're doing that's particularly interesting or new? For me, this will mostly be a summer of working, like in the sense of just like working towards goals that I have, and then just a lot of time with my family. Summer is just such a short amount of time. Like really, it's so short, and so it's a nice little like window of time to dedicate to something, you know, as you're doing travel or as you're doing whatever. Like what's that one little project or one little thing that you want to do? It's just a good time to like to do that sort of stuff. Yeah. This part of my hair I can feel it's like very puffy, but it's okay. I don't care. I don't mind. Funnily enough, people think I sound like an American who has lived in England for a long time. Really? That's so funny. But are you American or are you English? I did book a trip to Finland, but I'm actually nervous as I'll be going on my own. Are you going back to America for summer? Ooh, to Finland. What made you decide to go to Finland? And what will you get up to there? I mean, I know nothing about Finland, but solo travel is maybe I'm just like, I don't know, I've probably spent over 400, probably spent like around 400 nights solo traveling. I really don't, yeah, I don't know, for me, it just feels so natural. Like, but it's also because I do it for so long as well. Like, I go and I really try to just experience the culture as much as possible. So I kind of like, it's not like a 1 week trip or a 2 week trip. It's like I'm there for 3 months. So it's more so like, it's like a little living experiment more so than a true just time of travel. I was hoping to maybe go to Copenhagen with my cousins this year. But now I actually want to just bring them to Edinburgh. And I'm thinking about just doing that and saying, hey guys, come with me. Like when I go back, I want to go with someone in my family who'll stay with me there for like a week, and then I can go like, and then I'll just stay behind, when they go back. I wanted to go for glass blow and to visit the design museum. I also want to take a woodworking class. I am only going for a long weekend, but if I like it, I may go back. That's very cool. Yeah. Right on. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that it's cool that you have, kind of like these certain activities that you want to do. You're going to be learning something. I think you're doing it the right way. You're not just kind of like plopping yourself somewhere and expecting to have a good time, but you've got something to do when you're there. So I don't think you have to worry at all. It's going to be great. All right, I've made it to the third section of my hair. This one does tend to take a little bit of time as well. It's a lot to get through. This day has kind of flown by. I've actually been trying to kind of like keep myself on a UK schedule. Not really, but like waking up at like I'm a morning person, so I wake up, naturally wherever I am, I'm going to wake up around 5. But I've been trying to do like 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. writing sessions because that's kind of what I'm like focused on right now is writing. Did that do anything? No. Yeah, I'm focused on writing. So yeah, I've been trying to do 4 to 8 a.m. writing, 8 to 9 working out, quick shower, hop onto work at around 9:30. Work and then go to bed at like 8 p.m. I think it's also helping me cope with like being here, being in the US, like because it's just not really where I want to be. So I think kind of having structure to my days is also very helpful, keeping me quite grounded and focused. So that's good. I've heard Copenhagen is really nice. It's meant to be very friendly. Yeah. I mean, it looks great. Like, I definitely want to go with like an empty suitcase and get all my winter stuff there. Be like so nice to do shopping there. Although the one thing I don't like is like the really boxy sort of look. I think it's better if you don't have like much body. Like, and I don't have a ton of body, but on the top I do, busty. And then I don't know, I like things that have a little bit of a silhouette, and sometimes just that kind of like everything's oversized and baggy vibe, it like isn't really what I love. There's a photo on my Instagram, and I'm wearing my favorite coat, which I did get in Edinburgh from Walker Slater. I will wear that coat for the rest of my life. But I just love how it actually has like a silhouette to it, and I'm really excited to be reunited with it, because when I came home for Christmas, I didn't bring that one with me back when I went for New Year's, but next time I will. Okay. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. Oh my gosh, how do I still have more sections to go? I have to have activities, otherwise I may overthink my time. No, it's true. And that applies anywhere if you're kind of living by yourself in a new city or whatever the case may be. Like, you have to have that, like, you have to have something to do. Ninth Jewel, hi. Hey, you. Are you still in Edinburgh? No, I left Edinburgh about a week and a half ago or so, 2 weeks ago. No, 3 weeks ago. I was in London for a bit, but I will be back in Edinburgh before too long. Really just weeks away, I'll be back there. I'm meant to be in Ireland for a week starting at the end of June, but sort of figuring that out. Figuring out if I'm going to do that or if I'll just kind of like stay here, stay focused, don't get distracted. That's probably the better route, but I just think, oh, it'd be nice to just go see my friends and spend a week there, but it's like, what's the point? I'm going to be there just weeks after that, so what's even the point? I want to try keratin, but I'm scared. I get it. I think I just woke up one day and realized that like I don't actually care if my hair stays curly or not. Like, I just for the most part, it's like not very convenient for me wearing my hair curly because of how much I work out, because of just my curly hair. Like, it's curly enough that it needs to be treated like curly hair, but it's not coarse enough that I can just sort of leave it in an afro either. It's weird. So it needs to be done, it needs doing, and I just got sick of that real quick. 4-hour hair routines. I mean, I suppose this is probably about a 4-hour hair routine too, when you factor in my Olaplex, because I do use Olaplex. Did I do that already? That's done, yeah. So what's next here? It's weird because the camera is like, it's like mirrored, so it's like the opposite. I stay in Edinburgh. I was in Edinburgh for a very long time. Where do you get your hair done in the UK? I don't get it done anywhere. I just do it myself. I do it myself, but I did go to a salon called Blue Tit in London. Allie, I'm curious if you've ever heard of that salon, Blue Tit or Blue Tilt. Can't remember what it's called. But yeah, I went there for my haircut. And I mean, I must have had a 30-minute conversation with the girl before she started cutting my hair, because I was just like, oh, it's the first time. It was like the first person first new person cutting my hair in like 5 years. So I was just like, I was a bit freaked out putting my hair in someone else's hands. But I did it and it turned out fine. We didn't go too crazy. She told me I should come back. And I might, like, I would go back to her again. But I also want to see if maybe there's just someone in New York I could go to and then just do all that stuff when I'm here. Because when I'm back in New York, I always love to go to the Standard. Like, I love to stay at the Standard for a night at least, or a weekend. There's just like the things that I do, and then like my family's there. So I was actually thinking of going there for Silk Press tomorrow. What? So you've heard of them? They have like a bunch of locations. I went to the one in Streatham. God, how do you say that? How do you say that, Allie? I understand you. I do braid outs. I can't do wash and go styles. My coils will tangle and need more management. I feel exactly. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. 100% is like, yeah, just braid out something that really stretches it and keeps it like, keeps it detangled, you know? Like, that's really it. Wow, that's the worst part I've ever seen in my life. All right, I'm gonna do one side and then I'll do the other side. So this side gets pinned back. This side is the chosen one. Yeah, so I'm just looking forward to this summer just being kind of like, I don't know, just a summer of growth for all of my projects and dreams that I have and things that I want to do. You know, that's what this summer is really about for me. I've been traveling now for years and I'm really ready to settle down. Yeah, I'm ready to be somewhere new and just like settle into a life and, you know, find a partner, you know, and in a year from now be like, hi guys, I'm married, here's my husband. No, just like I want to be making those kinds of steps because I just feel ready, you know. I was married before and it gives you actually a lot of clarity. Especially if you grow and you learn, then you get a lot of clarity from that experience. So, and that's what I did. So I definitely feel ready to find someone, and I'd love to have a baby. I'd love to be a mom. Oof. Oh my gosh, this is where I just get so lazy. Like, I just don't even care. It's not perfectly straight, and I don't care. Will you make videos documenting your summer journey? I don't know. You know, actually, I thought about doing a series from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. every day where I would be writing to keep myself accountable. But then I realized I don't need that to keep myself accountable. I mean, it was also just a way to like connect on YouTube again. But then I was just thinking, I literally wake up and that's like my prime energy. And then I just hop on or I hop into work pretty much right away in the morning. But, yeah, I don't know. I I feel like I just only want to do things that are helping me. You know, like I've been kind of like in this traveling lifestyle for a while now, and it's like I just know that I can't do it for much longer, so I'm trying to do whatever it takes to sort of get out of it. However, this sort of thing where I'm like doing my hair and whatever is like, I love it. Like I love just getting on here and doing my hair. So this could be what I do on YouTube for the foreseeable. I did film some YouTube videos for when I was doing for some like different hotel stays that I did, like when I stayed at the Standard in London. I stayed there in March, and then I stayed there again a few weeks back. Love staying at the Standard Hotel in New York, and now in London too. I stayed at the Virgin Hotel in Edinburgh. So loved that, and I filmed like a YouTube video for that, but like I don't know, I didn't like edit it or anything, just because I'm always just like, who's gonna care about this? But then I do it for myself, and then I don't know. I'm ready to be a wife too. I've been bugging my man. We have 2 kids already. Didn't care for marriage before kids, but now my Christian views have changed. Your Christian views have changed? Like, what do you mean? Like, in the sense, like, before you weren't okay with having kids when you weren't married, but now you're not bothered about it? I personally, I don't really. I mean, kids are beautiful. Kids are miracles. So, whenever they come, so long as you're in a good space and they're in a good environment, then let's celebrate. I'm an auntie, and I love being an auntie. I'd love to be a mama. I'm ready to be a wife. I feel the same way, but first I need someone to be a husband. Honestly, yeah, totally. Yeah, that's so true. I've always just tried to work on myself and like just really live into the future that I want, you know? Like, because I feel like every relationship that I have, every time I date, I feel like I just keep getting closer and closer to kind of like the sort of person that I want. I'm going to detangle this section because it just seems more tangled than the rest of them. So I feel hopeful, you know what I mean? I feel really hopeful that that's coming my way, you know, soon. I really do. Before I wasn't a Christian, now I'm like, I need a ring. That's adorable. You know, oh wait, I lost my section. Did I? Wait, I think it's this. Okay, I sort of confused them, so let me put a clip here. You know, there's just absolutely nothing wrong with finding symbolism meaningful. You know, marriage as just a symbol of commitment, devotion, love, you know, endurance. Like, there's nothing wrong with, you know, having a disposition of honor towards that. You know what I'm saying? I think you don't have to, if someone believes that marriage is the only way, like, they don't have to judge people who don't think that. And people who don't necessarily have a belief system rooted in a particular religion, I don't think, like, don't have to feel shame for wanting something like marriage, you know, that has a lot of like religious ties historically. You know what I'm saying? It's really all the same thing. If you find value in it, then that's what matters. You know, that's what's going to matter when it's time to like make that, commitment or whatever. Like, it's your life, You're allowed to have the thoughts you do and think about things the way that you do. So I hope that for you, and hopefully that's something that you and your partner do if it means that much to you. That's beautiful. You'd be a great mom. Thank you. That's so sweet. I really, it's kind of like, I think a lot of people, when they think about motherhood and stuff, they think about having a baby, and I actually don't really think very much about that. Like, babies are a lot of work, so at every stage of someone's life, if you are their parent, then they are a lot of work. But I call my mom constantly. So, but I always think of my being the mom to like a teenager, because I think I just like get it, and I can just like sit in those feelings with them and like be present. Like, that's just my biggest like goal as a parent. And of course it'll change when I know what my kids are like, but my thing is just I want them to, like I think about them at 13, at 16, at 21, when I get to travel with them and do fun things like that. Like, the baby stage is more my own journey in a way. I mean, it's their journey too, but like, when a baby's 5 days old, like you're not really diving into who they are on the inside. It's just, even though their personality is there, pretty much from the start, still, it's like your journey of getting patience and learning to be like self-sacrificial is kind of like, that's my image of motherhood in the beginning. And then it just becomes more about that relationship that forms. So that's definitely what I think about, This is my little $30 salon that I bought from a Walmart this morning. I'm currently at my brother's house in Georgia before I go back to New York again for the rest of the time. Okay, I think I've done it. I've done my hair. So tonight I've been doing these like rollers. They're just these like thick, long rollers, and you do like 4 of them at night. And they give you, let me turn this off. Was that off the whole time? That whole last little bit? Whatever, it's fine. I've been doing these, and you kind of just like wet your hair or mist your hair a little bit, and then put it into a few rollers, and then you get some nice curls. Actually, since you're going to Blue Tilt, which one is it? Tilt or Tit? Salon, they sell Away products, and I actually really like Away products. They do very well in my hair. And I bought the Supreme Matte Paste the last time I was there, because sometimes, especially when my keratin treatment is older, like the roots of my hair can be a bit puffy, and I like to smooth them out, and this is a really good product for that. So if you are in need of anything like that, highly recommend. A little goes a long way, and it doesn't like revert my hair back to being curly at the roots, so it's convenient in that way, So that's fantastic. Do you know what I'm in the mood for? Pizza. It's just the New Yorker in me, because it's Friday. Like, what else am I gonna eat? Pizza, of course. Of course, that's what I'm gonna have. Yeah, I'm in the mood for some pizza. just think that would be so tasty. But I don't know if there's good pizza in Georgia. Can you repeat the name of the product that does not revert your hair? Of course. I'll show it to you as well. It's called... Allie, I've lost it. Don't worry, we're going to find it. Here it is. It's the Supreme Matte Paste by Away. And I just noticed when I was at the salon, they sell their products. And actually the salon that I used to go the salon that I used to go to in New York and get my hair and cut and color done, they used to use Away products in my hair. And I'd always be like, oh my God, what is this? But they said, yeah, this is a brand that's actually based in Europe. So they don't really have a US presence. So it's very difficult to get their products in the US. But then whenever I'm in London, I always see salons selling it. Where did I just put my hairball? Oh boy. Oh, there it is. So yeah. I think you have to check it out. Yeah. It might be good. You might like it. If you have that issue like I do, where just kind of want the edges to be sleek, or I've been using it for ponytails, like a nice, one of these. Even though I really struggle to wear a ponytail in my hair for the entire day. But if my hair has some curl to it, then I love putting it up in a ponytail. It doesn't look nice in my hair straight. It just looks kind of meh, especially with the color. But so my Away goes away. My brush is all done. You can tell that I travel because everything's very organized and in something. What will you guys do with your Friday evenings? So where some of you are, it's already evening. It's maybe 9 or 10 by now. Anything else needs to go in here? That's garbage. This is what happens when you have brothers instead of sisters. They don't have anything. They don't have blow dryer. They don't have anything you need. And my aunt actually lives about 30 minutes away, but I don't have a car with me here this time, so I'm just kind of at my brother's, and it's just literally walk to Walmart and get a $30 salon to use, and then I'll just keep it at my brother's for next time. I'm gonna grab this. I mean, it totally worked out. Definitely have to do a curl takedown out of the rollers live stream. Yeah, that's a good idea. I have one brother, 2 sisters, and my brother is a peacemaker. Honestly, sometimes, I'm such a drama-free person, and I think it's because I grew up with brothers. All of my friends who have sisters, and pretty much I'm the only one of my friends who has brothers. The rest of them are either only children or they have sisters. And I think there was just no drama in my house. If there was drama, they were fighting each other. But when I tell you, when you grow up with boys, it's just not very emotional. And so I think that's why I'm like that. I'm just not, I'm a very chilled person. And some people don't like that actually, but I do. Why would you want trauma? But I love watching my friends who have sisters. I love watching them fight. I love being in their fights. I love resolving their fights. Because it's just so funny to me. It's a dynamic that I myself don't have. So it's just very fascinating to me. And then they love each other and they're all good, and then they're not, and then they are, and then they are not, and then they just sisters. It's just such a cute thing. It's like a phenomenon to me. I don't know anything about having a sister. Like, I've had my brother's girlfriends and stuff, but obviously, like, that's very different. All of them usually have sisters. So, yeah. My brother is the peacemaker. That's so funny. I did kind of argue a bit. Ooh, actually, speaking of brothers, my brother just texted me a photo of this pie. I don't know where he got it, but it's called bean pie, which is so random. But my brother just texted in our like sibling chat this photo, and it says bean pie. And so my dad passed just under 2 years ago, and we always get these reminders of him. And so he just sent me this pie that my dad always used to get. I can just taste it looking at this photo. Seriously, I can just taste it. Ooh. I would actually love some of that. It's so yummy. Like, it's genuinely so yummy. Make more connections. Well, you guys, I would really, really love to do this again. It's already 4 o'clock. It's wild. I'd love to do this again and do my hair again. It's so nice to have the company, and this is something that I could take with me when I'm abroad too. You know, if I keep doing it, like, I could continue to have this time where I'm just on here. Would be really nice. But Allie, I'm wishing you so much luck and goodness on your trip. Hopefully I hear from you before, during, and after. You can send me photos if you'd like on Instagram of your cooking class. Or was it cooking? What am I talking about? Woodworking, glass blowing. I'd love to see that. And then, yeah. 9th Jewel. Maybe I'll see you in Edinburgh one day. That would be very cool as well. But thank you all for being here, and I'll see you next time. Have a great weekend, a great Friday night, a great Saturday and Sunday, and I'll be back with more hair to do another time. See you guys.